Right. I have got this set up correctly, haven't I? Yes. And I just hope I've got everything else set up correctly. Because apparently this thing's been streaming less than it should be. In terms of bitrate and all that crap that I don't really need to care about. So, I've been looking at this library, which I still have to finish modelling. And I did say on the podcast I've just been on recently that I was going to expand this because we wanted to do the other side of the Starlight, because you're only seeing one side of it in the original game. The problem being is I don't know if this is going to work, but I always take a stab at things. I always persevere and see if it'll work out. So I'm going to start trying to do that now. So basically what I'm trying to say is, let's see if I can get the map up. See if I can get the map up on the screen. Give me a minute. Yeah, it's alright if it's in my face. So basically what I'm trying to say is, this is basically the size of what the library is in the original game. So it's small. And obviously, like you can see, it's only going to show this side of the deck in the original game. But we're expanding this because obviously we want to have a bit more of an interesting game. My issue is that I'm going to have to expand this library out. And I might as well just do it, or attempt to do it. But this is going to be absolutely freaking weird. I'm going to have to like really figure out how to improve on things. Anyway, start building it, just carry on with that, see how it works. This is like literally the last set of rooms I have to do. So I just want to get all this done. But my issue is that it's taking the piss with the length of where I can go. I know libraries are supposed to be fucking huge, right? But the issue I've got is that I've got to make sure it fits. I mean, I might have fucked this up severely, actually, coming to think of it. Because this is the end of that bloody collision, and I've got to put the collision in for the wall. This is the end of the game space. I think I might need to push that out a bit. This is what happens when you start working on projects like this. I know I've pointed this out a million times. Having a library that big might work. Again, I'm always speculating because I mean I'm the one building the freaking thing. It just makes it bigger, but then the problem is if I make it bigger, we have issues where then you're running around in a big open empty space with fuck all to do. Excuse my language, but that's what it ends up being. And then that's what's going to happen. And I don't want that, but I don't want it too bloody small to the fact that why would you have a library that small when you could have it bigger because you want it to fit the entirety of the deck? So I'm going to stick with this size for now because like I said, I need to really look into this a little more. But my issue now is I'm going to have to move all these cameras over because I've just realised this is hitting that wall and I've got to put the collisions in at some point. So now I've got to shift all the bloody mesh data over. Oh, I've already got off bounds, haven't I? Right, so if I just shift that a little bit, just so I can get that collision block in there. But now I've got to shift all the cameras over. Great. But the thing is, I can't just grab them all and drag them all. I've got to do it all manually. That is camera 8, isn't it? Yeah. Drag that in a bit. Truth be told, I don't know why I'm actually doing this now because... Well, I know why I'm doing this now. Because I need to put all these in bloody places, don't I? So, it just means now I could just have one bookcase up on this like little second floor, like the mansion, the dining room. You know, where it's got 2 floors. So you got the dining room below it, and then you've got the second floor where you push the statue off. So it's going to be similar to that, but you're using a ladder to get up it. Shit, I've just realised if I do a second floor, where the hell does the second floor have a door? Shit, I didn't think of that. Hang on. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the ass, isn't it? But I suppose we could justify it because this is a big ship. It can go through a gap, and that could be below where the third floor is. So it's kind of like an in-betweeny floor. That's where I'm going with it. That's where I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to it with that. So now I've just got to like... So I think what I can get away with here is just having this as just like one big bookcase. As boring as that might sound, maybe a very thin bookcase, because that's too bloody chunky even for me. Yeah. Let me just push that. No, not those ones. For love of God, leave me alone. No! Stop it. There to there. Like that. Push back. That's... Oh, you're just taking the piss with this, you are, aren't you? Why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? Oh, it's because I'm not... What? There. Right, anyway. Let me just scale them in a bit. And then let me just push that in. Right, so maybe having it that thin would help, because the character can walk past there. Because this is another issue I've got to take into consideration. The character has to be able to walk around this floor. I ain't going to be able to fucking do that if I, like, rip stuff up. I'm actually liking the way this is looking now, because it feels more like a library. It doesn't feel like I'm trying to push it into one little confined space. It actually feels like a library. And the character can walk past there perfectly by the look of it. I know we said we're going to do puzzles involving like the actual bookshelves and stuff. Like, why did I make them this chunky? What was I thinking with these? Why did I think making these bookshelves this chunky was a good idea? That's not how I bloody do things. What the hell's going on with me lately with this? But then again, this was a few months back. I did this. So I don't get it. Why would I make them that chunky when they could be just like that? Not like that though. Oh God, what the hell went on there? Oh, okay, I missed that bit. Don't you start playing silly buggers with me. See, that's well, I wouldn't say it's the chunkiness of an actual bookshelf, but anyway. That just gives me more space to work with though. So like I said, that's supposed to be the ladder going up. I just haven't built the ladder yet, so that could technically be there. It just gives me more space to like work with stuff as well. Actually does. I know it sounds stupid, but I did want to know how the hell I could cram these like tables in. But now I've got the answer to it, because obviously all I needed to do, excuse me, why is that still highlighting that? Was obviously put more of these tables in. Right, let's try that again. Okay. What was I saying? Because I can't fucking remember now. Excuse my language. Right. It also means I can obviously put more of these in, which is something I was like, how do I do this? It also gives me a bit of maneuverability. But it also means I can put more of these tables in, which makes it look more like a library. There's always a win-win here. But it also means these aren't going to be as bloody, like, claustrophobic. But my other thing is I need to make these so that they are freaking... Why did I think making them that chunky was a good idea? What was I thinking when I started building this library, by the way? I know it sounds stupid, but it's me. But it's like... No, Barry, I need to get you out of the way. Right, so I just need to test the rendering on this again, because I have completely and utterly forgotten what I was doing. I don't even think I've got it captured for... I haven't, have I? Usually I have the render thing so you can see it, but I think I'll just leave that for now. Oh god, why did I think that was a good idea? What was I thinking with these? They're too thick for bloody bookcases. What the f... Let me just scale them a bit. I think I went a bit mad with these. I'll push that out a little bit. Right. That gives me a bit more space to work with. Actually, I am going to try and get the render thing up. Give me a minute. So that would be a window capture, wouldn't it? Let me see. There we go. And I'll just kind of like bung it. I'll try and bung it in that corner there. So you can kind of see like where I'm rendering stuff as well. So you can kind of see where I'm getting at with this. So let me just render camera 1. I'll have a look. See, that looks alright, because it looks better. It looks like there's more to it, if you know what I mean. It's not it looks more like a library. That's what I'm trying to say. Just put that together. It just means also I've got to put all these bloody lights in again. Drag them out. Put that. I did say I'd have to come back and revisit this again. Oh, look, I threw a pun in there. Somebody had to. So the problem is though, when I try render this now, it's going to be basically on... See, that looks better, because that looks wider. It looks more like a library now. It's not just like, you know... Does mean I've got to bloody consider adding more of these in now, doesn't it? Or maybe just adding like maybe one more here, just to fit consistency. No, not bloody 148. What the hell are you bloody thinking with that? So got them there. They just need to be pushed in, I think, though, because I think that's just a bit too far a little bit. Definitely got to push those in now. Just without touching anything else. Why the cam's not locked? This is going to be a very fiddly bloody stream, I think. Why is that? Well, I don't need you there then. I should really get these cameras readjusted. What camera is that? Camera 7? Where's camera 7's aim at then? Is that it? That's it. So I need to push that back. Or maybe push that here. But then camera 3's going to be doing that, isn't it? Which is what I've just rendered, isn't it? Push that back a bit, actually. Push that back a bit. Push camera 7 further back. That could be there. Let's see. Oh, fiddling with these rooms. I need to put lighting in here, but I'm trying to figure out what else I can put in. Of course, they have to all be the bloody thicker buggers, don't they? Like that, I suppose. But then I will explain why it's that far. Gets there, would it? I'm in that corner just to fill that gap in. How boring do I get in this? That's camera 3. Where's camera 4 rendering at? So it's camera 4, isn't it? It's camera 0. Where's camera 1 at then? It's camera 2, so I need to get another camera to go down from here, which is probably ending up going to be camera 4 because it makes sense for that to be there. I need one there for camera 5. Potentially pull that one back a bit. Need one for camera 6 now. Well, not camera 6, but another camera. Is that seriously all the cameras I've got then? It is indeed. There is only 4 cameras in this room. Camera 9. What? How many cameras are in this room exactly? Oh, okay, I did more. Ah, I see. So technically camera 8 is the highest we can go. I'm going to make a camera 9 now. Because I need one for there, which can probably go that way. Just need to change that to camera 9M. Done. And then change that camera 8 tracker to camera 9 tracker. Have I done that wrong? What the hell did I do? It's usually duplicates special, isn't it? Very confused here. Why is it doing that? What the? Right, well, I'm completely freaking confused by it. Let me duplicate a special for that. So that should give me camera 9. Should also be camera 9 tracker. Should be, what the hell? Camera 9. Put that in a bit, actually. Why vehicle is that? Rid 5, Rid 4. What? Don't think that part's gonna work now, or is it? I have it like that. Might be best to completely omit these. Just put them in. Ah, but there is one that's collapsed, isn't there? There's one that's fallen over. Should I have one more table? Like, put it there. Then that's going to clash with where the ladder's going to be, isn't it? definitely going to have to just be the one, which I'm going to have to put about here. Which makes sense as all these chairs. Good ladder's going to have to go about there. Maybe technically push one of them over. So that would make it like that one. Then maybe grab this, rotate it just a little bit like that. Don't know what's gone wrong with them. Let's find out. Let's check the bloody root directory. What the freak's going on here? I really don't know what's going on there. Rid falls then. So now it's saying rid 5, cam 4, then rid 4, cam 4, cam 4. This is very confusing. What the hell is going on with this? Very confusing. I'm very confused with that. Because it shouldn't have come like that in the directory. Let's cam 4. Let's cam. Ah! What's you? Why have I got 2 cam 4s? I don't cam 5 too. No. Oh no, it's working again. What the? I'm not even going to ask. I'm not even going to ask. Okay, right, what I need to do now is get wherever the hell camera. What is my highest camera now? Without confusing me even more, I already am. camera 8, camera 10. Right, so let me just grab camera 10. Special for that. Because this one's got to potentially be in this corner like that. So that's little camera 11 here. Finally getting this unravelled. Finally being the operative bloody word though. Problem is because of that bloody ladder I've got there, I'm gonna have to delete these two beams here. Were these I think say 11 was the highest one I've got, so let me just special for that. So camera 12 in. Camera 11 track should also be moving into camera 12. Fix that. I've just realised this has only got a maximum of 16 angles. And I need to also do puzzles. No, forgot all about that. It is and will be the remake of Resident Evil Gaiden that me and my team are working on. But this is the starting points of it. This is me going over stuff now because we're completely overhauling it. Rather than just being like one side of the ship, you're going to be able to explore it all. Which includes the other side of the ship you don't see in the original game. So there's a lot of work I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to figure it out. Which I think I have, sort of. He says. It's 16 angles, isn't it? Ooh, I couldn't go over it. Might not be able to do this. We've got 16 angles as a max, haven't we? I'm not liking the way this is going, to be honest with you. I'm kind of worried. It's like I'm gonna have to like make those like the primary angles, and then 15 and 16 is like the last bloody one. Because I forgot we had a fucking, excuse my language, a camera limit to these games. I totally forgot we had the 16 limit. Unless I like kind of. Oh, hang on, no, we got that one there for a puzzle. It's alright, all good. We got one there for puzzle. In case we ever want to do a puzzle there. So at least we've got 3 spare angles going. That's the plus point, I suppose. I haven't gone a bit doolally. But I have. So this is what happens, see, when you make a room big and you use the complete amount of camera angles you can have in this game. So that's been 16 as a max. It's like, that's it. You can't do a 17th one because the engine can't handle a 17. RE3 can, but not RE2. Confusing as hell unless you've worked with these engines, and that's the issue I've now got. On the one hand, though, it means I can put that ladder in I was going to do. So there is that. Yeah. Can probably start building that ladder now. Well, we got it as 16. Stick with that. To get me Barry, I need to drag him into position. Finally get rid of that. So we do need to have it a little bit out, don't we? About right size for a ladder, I assume. Oh boy. Let's do that. It's small, but then again, he's only jumping up to that floor, isn't it? So the thing I've got a question now is, why would we even need to go up there then? I'm gonna have to look at these camera angles a little bit more, I think. Because I'm just a little bit confused about how they're supposed to work now. You can get away with using different angles for that. So instead of that, because I mean, you could probably just use that one there, couldn't you? Hmm. Thinking away with it. I think we have. I think we can. Camera 3, I think we could probably reutilize somewhere else actually, because that's where camera 6 is. What's the aim for this one? is. Because it might be that we might put a puzzle up here. Which would make more sense. So that's an additional camera. That would make more sense. Rather than having like a million cameras all interconnect, you could just have one that just looks all the way down that corridor, a little part of the hall with the library, rather than have two individual ones that just go along. And that's the way I'm sticking with it now. It just makes it easier. Especially when you expand the bloody size of the library from what it originally was. Which is obviously, bearing in mind, is there to there. That's how big the library should be. But because we are pushing it out a bit more with regards to the design of it, we've got this much to work with now. So I've made the library just that little bit bigger. Just makes it more interesting because it's expanding the Starlight itself, because obviously we've got that other side of the deck to work with as well. But the problem is now is when you've got 16 angles as a max and you've got puzzles in this room, it's trying to decide where these parts of the bloody puzzle angles are going to be whilst maintaining the right amount of angles for your character to walk along with. And that's trying to find the equal of all that. Try to make it so that it's equal so it doesn't look obscure and stuff. So there's that. Jesus, what do for the chairs? Oh, there's a question. So. Oh God, no! I don't really want to be doing something that ornate. Do I really want to be doing something that ornate? Well, this is interesting, isn't it? Impasse with what I should have in this room in terms of chairs. I don't know which ones to bloody have. Turn that off. Not that it's going to make any difference. It's getting up to like 24 degrees. It promised rain today. I'm a bit angry. Mine can only take so much. God, that is some fine ornate chairs there. I don't want to be doing anything that obscure. Jesus wept. Though technically I could grab some of those ones from RE3 because they're exactly the same shape, more or less. And put them in. I mean, that makes more sense to me than anybody else, but just means something in there, doesn't it? Rather than it being like left like that. Do I do it? Yeah, forget I'll do it. Right, so they're in the where are they at? So those are in not the chapel, not the bedroom. Call it East Save Room. Still one. Choose that one. Just obviously change it so the textures are all flat and give it some intrigue, and that could be used. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Might maybe have to re-upscale this chair because it might be the right size actually. Right, what I need to do though is slap the default material on it. though. Just call it RE3 SF Chemish. Edit history. Wonderful. Save this as an OBJ. Right. Okay, so that's that chair. Let's just bring that in. Get rid of the boundaries now as well, because I'm really interested in this. Actually, they're not too bad. They don't fit too bad at all. Now my problem is I need to... Oh shit, when did that happen? Shit, I should have really triangulated you, shouldn't I? Because that's going to clash like... Okay. Great. I don't really want to go back and redo that. I don't want to go back and put that back in, because I'm going to go insane if I have to. But I'm already going insane, aren't I? Right, get me a bling. Change the colour to bloody... I don't know what I'm doing anymore. That. Don't want any reflectivity. I was looking at it. Camera 5, is that going to do it? No. Which angle is this one? It's gotta be that one. Camera 9. That's great. That's fantastic. I can hardly see it. Way maybe. Probably even have that one flip back like that and probably have a corpse in it. I don't know. Blocks you off, doesn't it? Blocks you off from going everywhere completely. Like, no, you can't see that chair. Of course, your buddy can't. So which one am I? Don't think camera 7's going to pick up much. Could be that, and I'm going to have to add another angle in. Because you need to have that one coming down, but I need one that's going to be looking down. It's going to end up probably being kind of free, isn't it? See what that looks like. You see, this is what it means as well. Half the time I've got to try and find the right position for this camera to work, because I've got to be able to see every little part of this angle. Every little part, every little bit has to be like accounted for. Might have to adjust the FOV on this just to make it fit. All this bloody fiddling we do. Should be alright. No, put up there because that was pissed around, wasn't it? No, I just rendered that one. That's the one that's that one. Info. Yeah. It's fine. Is there anything I can do in here? Apart from that frigging carpet. Seriously, it's the only thing that's there, isn't it? Most bare bones of a room. It is, however, using the same carpet texture as the one in the hallway, so there's that plus, I suppose. But again, what colour's the bloody floor then? Do I assume that's a wood floor? Can't tell because it's 8-bit. Might go over that though, actually. I mean, I'm at that point now. As long as the room's built, we can like piss around with the details later, try to figure out how it's going to work. So, excuse me. Let's see if I can get a wood texture up. I know I've got plenty of wood textures. Just don't think I've got any loaded in here. So let me just see if I can grab one. Wait, where did I get that from? Oh, okay. That might be more applicable. Let's see what that looks like. Just kind of split this up. Segments. See what this looks like. Because bear in mind it's going to be covered with carpet, so it doesn't really matter what it looks like underneath, but I suppose it works. Because all this has to have is the carpet, but I'm going to get the carpet texture from there. Definitely in the centre of this, though, isn't it? Suppose that works, but now I need to like get the carpet texture, and I don't remember what I called it. What did I actually call this? Was it that one I was using? I don't know if this was the one I was using, but I don't think it is that one, is it? Me. It's definitely not that one, is it? Me. I have to check the room in a minute because I'm absolutely confused about what texture I actually used. Right, let me check. It's not the elevator hallway, is it? It's the restaurant hallway. No, I was about to say, what bloody texture is this then? What am I using? What's it called? Red carpet. Oh my god, seriously, that's what it was called. Right, that makes it easier to work with. Just shrink it down a bit. Definitely need to shrink that carpet down a bit, so let me just shrink the carpet texture down a bit. Maybe split into 3 equal sections. That's about as equal as I'm gonna get it. Yeah. No, not render that bloody thing from there. What are you doing? I like it. That isn't looking too bad now. Because obviously I'm trying to be as authentic to the like room as possible, within the fact that I am going to have to adjust stuff later on. It's just a pain in the backside though, because I don't actually know what kind of wall this is. It's just a plain blank bloody black wall, but that's boring as frig. So I'm going to need to put something a bit more interesting in there, colour palette wise. End up going to be just brown for every one of these pissing rooms, isn't it? But I want to put some panelling, because maybe if it's just even on those side walls, just something different. Just makes it look interesting rather than like the same generic crap I'm doing over and over. Maybe, I don't know, bevel these edges maybe. Let's have a look. Just makes it look more interesting. Don't think that's gonna work somehow, because that's all it's designated for the table, isn't it? Then again, no, I don't want to be doing it like that, do I? It's always want to do that. It's just something different, just some paneling, even if it's like generic looking, just to make it, padding it out, make it look interesting. So it looks like now. Hi, whoever is in watching, hello. Stuff is just being worked on. I get a little bit busy, so I kind of forget what I'm doing. Or that I'm on stream sometimes, I'm just like, huh? So apologies if I'm not saying much, or none of it's making any bloody sense. I'm not ignoring people. Just get really into it. I get like in that in depth doing this sort of stuff. I forget I'm actually streaming it. And it is very warm in here again. It should not be this warm. It should be cool, for God's sake. It shouldn't be bloody sweltering away. I wonder if I could just bung out the wall. I mean, it is behind a table, isn't it? I suppose I could and bring the tables forward. Let me have a gander. Let's have a look. Just makes it more interesting, because the room just doesn't even have this thing, and it looks so bloody boring and basic and bleh. So yeah, I just want to Make this interesting, not boring. That's interesting enough. See, that looks more interesting now because there's paneling. It just makes it like explode with colour. It's not like boring and generic and all that crap. It's actually interesting. Just move that down a bit. Brighten the floors a little bit. It's just... That just looks much more interesting. It's not just like boring and generic now. It actually has paneling on the fucking walls, excuse my language, but this is what I have to try and like visualize and explain when you're working with like 8-bit graphics from a Game Boy Color game and you don't really have much to work with. You've got to improvise with what you can like think that would probably be there to make it look more interesting, and that's exactly what I'm doing in that regard. And there's only so much you can do with your own designs before the fact that it starts all looking generic, so you try and do something a little bit different with the paneling, which I'm hoping this works. It just makes that more interesting to look at. And the question is, what bloody sort of texture am I going to use for you lot? I mean, do I just stick with the generic bling for you guys because I'm boring like that and it doesn't need any wood bloody slapping on it? I don't bloody know. Let's have a look. Let's have a look when I apply it. Let's just see how boring and generic looking it'll look. For all I know, it might actually turn out not too bad, and I'll be like, oh, it's not too bad. No, it definitely needs a wood texture on. It just looks too generic now. Definitely looks too generic. Right, I'm going to have to get a wood texture, but the thing is... Why are they... Right, that makes sense. So why are they white? Why are they all white? They should be they have a specific wood texture applied to them. Why are they not looking like they're supposed to? Oh, that's not a bloody yawn, excuse me. Well, that won't make any bloody sense if that was there. Wood text, wood plank floor, wood plank floor. What did I actually use as a wood texture for those doors? And this is only one room out of a gazillion rooms that still need to be done. Seriously, I mean, I've been streaming most of this project. And this is just one room I've had to alter just to fit what we're trying to do with this version, because we wanted to expand on the entire game rather than just restrict it to what it is on the Game Boy Color version. But I'm not happy with the texturing. I need to get... What wood texture did I use for these pissing doors? Oh, it's going to wind me up now. I have to go and look at them now. I can show the piano room because I did do that on stream, didn't I? Yes. Let me move the SCA. What did What texture are you using? Right, so what's that one? Wall 2. Okay, that's definitely not coming from there though, is it? Right, I'm gonna have to go looking for it. So it's definitely not in here. It's got to be in. What if I say revisited? No. Oh. Interesting. Because it's definitely not in. Oh, there it is. What the hell? Fair enough. We don't obviously want any reflective in that. Because it's just supposed to be. Yeah, that looks much better. Yeah, that looks better. That looks much better. Although I should really not be doing automatic mapping. That's just bad for me. But I am just trying to get this pre-rendered, so I don't have to do much work because it's pre-rendered. Now it's starting to take a bit more shape, a bit more colour in it, but the walls are going to piss me off, because what the hell should the walls be? Or should I just stick to the same generic colour? But then no, because that's just no. No. Don't like doing generic colours, that'll bore the hell out of me. What can I put in this bloody... I'm going to go looking now. Excuse me, I'm bloody yawning like a maniac now. Like bloody me. Oh, well, this helps library textures. Yeah, that helps so much. It doesn't. I don't think a brick one would make sense on a ship somehow. I can stretch friggin' fantasy as far as I need to, but that's just too generic. That looks boring. Ooh, that looks lovely. Sorry, I just... Oh! Oh, but I like the way that looks. No! But then, no! I don't want to remodel it. No! Don't make me do it. No, 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 no. I like the way it looks now. Don't make me remodel. No, 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 no. Oh, bollocks. I'm going to end up remodeling this, aren't I now? No, I don't want to remodel it. No. Why do I look at a very lovely picture and then think, oh, that'll look great there. I could remodel all that. And then I'm like, but I've just modelled everything. I don't want to be remodeled. No, don't want to remodel the walls or anything, you bastards. No! But it looks so nice. Oh no, that one looks even better. No, 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 no. It's even got pillars and everything. No. Oh no. No. Oh no. Don't want to remodel it. I'm happy with the way it looks now. I'm going to end up remodeling this. I'm going to cry. I'm already crying inside, you just can't see it. Though again, I could put them against the wall. And it would actually fit that, but then I'd lose the panelling, which I've just modelled. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. No. Oh, let me have a look at that. Oh. Cannot go there. Okay then. I won't go there. Oh god, these all look beautiful. Oh, but then again, it does have panelling on the bottom of it. I haven't technically lost the panelling. It just means I have to redo it. I don't want to do it. I really don't want to do this again, but it'll make the library look like an actual freaking library. I'm doing it. Frigate. This is what I mean about sparing on the bloody decision making and all that, and then just at the last minute going, you know what, sod it, I'm rebuilding it. Though that panelling could be used on the second floor, because there's no way I could do what I want to do on here on the second floor. So technically I can just move this upstairs and it still gets used. It just gets used up here instead. I like that idea better. It means I'm not sacrificing it all for the sake of sanity. And I can still keep those two bits there because that isn't going to be covered. Right, so if I'm going to do this, I need to build... That means I'm ripping everything off. Oh no! I don't want to do it. But I'm doing it. Sod it. I like the way this looks. I really like the way this one looks. Right, I'll do the pillars first. So let's get that built. Oh, generic block. Whatever shall we do? Let's see if that can go all the way up to there. Yeah, definitely start from that point. I can put that paneling back in there, but I can... Oh my god. The detailing on that. If I could just see the bigger version of it. Right, I'm going to do it anyway. Christ, the amount of times I've modelled these sort of ornate things, I should be used to it by now. Freaking hell. Right. Okay. Start with this bit. Let's just these bits I want to push out, but I want to keep this bit in as well. Then can't beat a bit of Resident Evil Dead Aim's OST, that's for sure. Track that in a bit. Let's track that out. Maybe bevel these edges here. Yeah, that's alright. Maybe bevel those ones. No, maybe not. Don't do it. Okay, what if I bevel the bottom bits here? Is that going to have the same result? Is that because of these bits then? Can I get rid of them? Now when I do it, will it do it? Oh, now it won't do it. Well, that's just bloody fantastic, isn't it? Looks okay. But what have I missed out? I know I've missed something here. It's supposed to be its own separate bloody thing. No, I don't think I can. Well, I still can. Push this bit up then. Ah! What's it doing? What the hell's going on there? The hell? That's very confusing because that's supposed to be... Why is that there? Don't get that. Because that should just be its own thing. I don't get that at all. It's very confusing. Well, I've balls this up somehow. Beveling, that'll be fine, I suppose. Ah, but now I've got that issue of those wooden beams going up, haven't I? Probably get away with that. Let's have a look. Because I'm not going to be splitting that in half anyway, so... Ah! That's not bloody half, is it? Now it is. Blah. Ah! And then... I suppose we're going to be using that. That part textured yet. Let me see. Drag them up, drag them up, drag them up. I might need to just put these in here though. And then obviously drag them a bit and then oh god, it looks. Oh hello, what's going on here? Okay, that's weird. Indeed. Right, so that's obviously a set of shells at the back of there. Probably not just going behind there, but I'm getting too off track with that, so let's just stick with what I want to do. Obviously I have to move that camera out a bit. Hi. It's gonna have to have that bit at the bottom anyway for that bit. So just move that up a little bit, kind of alternate. Why not? Let me. So that's what they can be like. But I also need to put that thing at the bottom, don't I? Just transform that in. Let me. Suppose I could just transform that bit. Just drag it down. That. So how do I make this look interesting? Like, it's those cabinet doors, isn't it? Do that to cabinet doors, just push them together like that. That gives me the right amounts. Jesus, how can it be getting this warm? Do it with this one because I need to put this design on the door. I also need to put a door handle on it, don't I? Gonna just drag that one off there because I've already got one built, so I might as well go with what I've got. interested in, so just drag all that off, delete that, take that. Might need to shrink that down quite a bit though for this situation. See, that's looking more like a library now. Don't think I'll have to move camera 11, hopefully. Let's have a look. That works fine. That's perfect. So to wait a minute. Considering I went a bit crazy and said, oh no, now let's say now I want to do it this way. I'm actually happy with this way this one looks. It does have a bit more ornate stuff going towards it though, but not that hard to do. The bigger question is, do I do it on the opposite side? I suppose I can look into it, can't I? Let's have a look. Boop, boop. Where it's going now, I might not actually need that second floor that I built, which defeats the purpose of it, but what happens when you're designing stuff, you kind of just change it last minute thinking, oh, that works, but this doesn't work now. Ooh, why is camera 8 just suddenly plunged off? What's it stuck in? Oh, there it is. That's why. Yeah, I'm definitely happy with the way this is looking. At least there's more oomph in it now compared to what it was last time when I did this. It actually is starting to look like a library, not just like a set of bare walls. It actually looks like a library. It's not, you know, the generic stuff that's in the 8-bit version of the library. Well, this I was only going to do a 2-hour stream anyway. Food. I'll save and finish up actually, so just save. So yeah, basically it's just, ever since I started working on this library for this project, I was never happy with the size of it because it's too small for what a library should be. I mean, fair enough, I know libraries are huge freaking things, and obviously when you're talking about a cruise ship, it's not going to be so small that you could only fit like maybe 4 bookcases and a corpse in there. It just doesn't fit right. But obviously with expanding the length of the ship in that you can go to the opposite side of it, whereas you're only stuck to one side of it in the original game, it gives us a little bit of leeway with making this a lot longer in its length, which then makes sense because now it fits like a library would if it was on a ship, potentially. Not that I've been on a ship in a library that's on one. I can't really state the obvious if that is what it would be like. I'm just filling in gaps and blocks here. But yeah, I am happy with how that's turned out. There's going to be a lot of books in there, but I've got enough bloody models of them things I've done over the years. I can just toss them in. And it also means if we don't have the second floor, it means I've got a hell of a lot more camera angles we can use for doing these puzzles we wanted to do. So it works out. I mean, I'm happy with the way it looks so far. There's still a lot of stuff that still has to be done, but I've known that anyway. Oh, that reminds me, because this is using that texture. The other thing is it's going to change that bloody thing, isn't it? No! Why does it do this to me? Unless I do that. Highlight all this, but not this. Challenges try to highlight not that though. If I have to separate this, I'll scream. Oh, thank God, right. Let me just reapply the actual door texture, because that should never have not applied, so I don't understand why it didn't. Right, so that's what that's supposed to look like. Let me just do a quick re-render of that. So the possibilities are there. We have been going on about trying to do these puzzles, trying to figure out how they're going to be integrated into the game. And we, like I said, I originally came up with the idea, oh, maybe we should have a second floor, which would make sense for a library on a ship. But then after obviously building it this way, we might not need the second floor now, which gives us more angles, which means we can like look into doing this puzzle and make it a bit more intricate. I just don't know what the puzzle's going to be yet, but I'll see how it goes. It's just how I feel. If I decide we're going to stick with the second floor, then obviously I've got a building block for it. But if I don't see a reason to have a second floor, then I can just stick with the first, like the room it is, and it'll work. I'm going to have to look into this a little bit more as I do it. Anyway, that's the end of this stream. I'd like to thank everybody who was tuning to watch it, or who will probably watch it on a replay, because obviously this is building the game up slowly but surely, working with 8-bit bloody thing and then improving on it and making it more pre-rendered and try to make it look a bit more interesting. So that's the idea behind this entire project, and has been since the get-go when we announced it a couple of years back. I'm hoping once I've got this done, and I've got the medical room next door, that's going to be a pain in the ass, because I'm going to have to expand that medical room a lot. I'm going to go insane trying to do that. Anyway, that's the end of this stream. I'll see you in the next one, and hopefully I have more progress to show on this, and I'll be decided then by then if I'm going to have the second floor or not. I'm hoping.